Recording is in progress. Ah, Ethan showed up. What's up, Ethan?
Hi. Nothing much.
Just
Uh,
saw this thing and I figured,
yeah,
hey,
I
what's
was
going on?
curious what was
What is this all
happening.
about?
I just saw the link and
um,
I was like, okay.
yeah, I was told to reach out to Rob by Adam, and so I decided to go ahead and include him in our little side chat thing, and then I created a WebEx so that I could show him kind of how to get to the importing and exporting people tool so that maybe he can help out with this kind of stuff. But I'm recording this so that we can have other people watch it as well. So Rob actually he doesn't have a camera or mic, so he can't really be interacting as much. But he'll post something in the chat if he's got a question. Feel free, Rob, to post in the chat. Ethan, have you used this importing and exporting tool yet?
Not yet, no.
All right. Well, there's a first time for everything, and I mean, showing people how to do stuff is kind of what I do. So, one thing I was trying to make known to Rob over the phone, because he has not used WordPress much in the past, is the fact that when you log in, especially if I were to give you admin rights, there's one thing that you're going to see here, and we discussed this. You'll see these really looks like an alert. It's like, hey, super important thing going on right here. There's an alert. It's red. It means something's happening. So if you click on that, click on updates, it looks really bad because it is really bad. We should not have this many updates that are required. We should be keeping our plugins up to date. But this is showing you that you have, 33 plugins that need updates. And then if you scroll all the way down, there's also 2 themes that need updating. But what I was letting Rob know is that we you don't want to update these things if you don't know what you're doing, and also probably not in the middle of the day. And additionally, you might not want to do them all at one time because you never know which one's going to break your website. And so it might be nice to be methodical about this, so that maybe do them in batches, like do 5 at a time or whatever. However, you guys figure out is the best way to do it, but just have a plan before you start updating these because one of them is probably going to break something, and you don't want that. So I think I have to give admin rights for anybody who wants to use this tool. I don't know that for sure, but I think so. So I just wanted to make that little disclaimer. Don't go updating everything, because you're probably going to break the website and you're not going to know why. So the next thing you do, you go into tools. So once you have admin rights, you'll notice that you have a lot more capabilities here. You'll see a lot more little menu items on the little sidebar. Um, when you're just a DME intern participant or whatever, then you won't see a lot of this stuff. Rob says, is there a backup solution or a sandboxed version of the site? We do have a staging site, which Adam, if you want to invite him to that as well, feel free to do so.
Go ahead
Um,
and
was that?
for the I was going to talk a little bit about the staging site.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah, yeah.
it's a little bit different from the regular site. It's also a little bit outdated. You will need a separate login for the staging site than you do with the main one. For the most part, I would suggest pretty much the same credentials as you would with the regular site. But with the staging site, both of those are separate logins. So you'll need to log into the staging site and the regular site separate. Basically, what the staging site is just those pages are
You're kind of cutting out a little bit.
yeah, let me see if I can. All right, is this a little bit better?
Yeah.
So basically, what users can do when they're on the staging site, they can access the pages, they can modify them, similar to what they would with regular site. It's sort of like a test play, sort of like a test site. That way, when you're interested in staging a page and you want to see how it looks before you do it on the regular site, then the staging site is the place to go.
Okay. So one thing I would say, we do there was a question, is there a backup tool going on? Like, do we have some kind of a backup solution? And we do. I believe we're using Updraft, are we not? We're using Updraft, and we should have like weekly backups going somewhere. Is that in
Yeah,
settings?
I believe
Settings, Updraft.
so. I believe we're using that, and also users can create duplicates of pages, so that way, in the case something
Yeah.
happens to the page, they can go back in.
Yeah, so here's Updraft Plus backups right here. And you can see we got August 12th backup. Well, August 12th, that's today. I guess it ran today. Oh, it's not finished. So our last backup is from the 5th, I guess. So it looks like it's saved in Google Drive. So
Drive, yeah.
we do have an offsite backup, but we can, if you want, you can like download I think you can download a copy of it, maybe. Not sure. But
Right, right, that's another question. So we have a site
yeah.
that's separate from the public facing site. Yes, that's basically what the staging site is. It's basically the same layout as the one the public sees. Only staging site is more for development.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Like you can
So we can break it.
you can select all these backups, or you can click each one of these and it'll download. It says click to download. All right, cool. So yes, there are backups. Yeah, I would appreciate if you don't break anything, but if it has to be something broken, try to break the staging site first.
Yeah, that's right.
So
the
yeah,
thing that,
yeah,
so
go ahead.
basically the staging site is what you should use if you want to make changes to a page on the regular site, just to see how it looks, and so that way, in the case that something happens, then you can easily do it from the staging rather than ruining the page from the regular site. So what I recommend for all your changes, test them on the staging site first before you do them on the final site. And always, this is something I also say, always use the visual editor. Never use the default editor. Because if you use the default editor for any of them, they're gonna break. So always use the visual editor, whether it be the Divi one or whatever else is there. Always use that one. Never use the default.
All right, so this is the import. Notice I went to tools. It's for me, it's under users. I went to tools, and underneath tools, you can see import, export, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for importing and exporting users and customers. So we've got this tool right here, and it should be already basically set up. So like default role, when you import somebody, their default is a DME intern, okay? And notice, so this is on the import tab right here, and there's some features here. File, and this is some information. File must contain at least 2 columns, username and email. These should be the first 2 columns and should be placed in this order, username and email. If there are more columns, this plugin will manage it automatically. Please read carefully how passwords are managed and take notes about capitalizations. Plugin is case sensitive. Okay, so we have a CSV file that you need to upload, and it already told you kind of how it needs to be set up. 2 columns, username and email. CSV, if you're not aware, is a comma separated values file. It's it can be viewed in Excel, and you can take an Excel spreadsheet and save it as a CSV file. Usually when you do that, you'll lose any formatting, like things that you did to pretty it up, because it's just, like text and commas. So really, it's all it is. That's what CSV stands for. What's that?
We've seen the one I think
Yeah.
we've seen the Excel file that we use.
Oh yeah, I wanted to mention that more because I'm recording this so other people can watch it later.
Fair.
But yeah, you probably don't want to mess with the roles because we don't want to give everybody admin support or admin rights, when we import them. So just leave it at DME intern. And then let's see, what should the plugin do? Leave the old, okay. With empty cells, leave the old data value for this metadata, whatever. Okay, send mail. Do you wish to send a mail with certificates and or with credentials and other data? Yes, it's selected. Do you wish to send this mail also to users that are being updated, not only the ones which are being created? No, we don't want that. There shouldn't be people getting updated. Like we're not doing updates, so that should be update existing users. I'm not sure why that's in there, but we're not going to be importing people that are already in the system. I don't think so. Hopefully, that's not something that you're
Just
doing.
say for emails and existing users, just say no for both of those.
Yeah. Okay. So updating what the plugin should do if the plugin finds a user identified by the username with a different email.
Also, there's something here that says delete the users that are not present in the CSV. You need to be very careful about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. You're gonna like delete everybody. So I'm gonna leave this alone. You guys can change that as you see fit. Update roles for existing users. No, never update passwords. Update passwords as it is described in the documentation. Okay, cool. So I didn't set this up. It was already set up. Change the role of users that are not present in CSV. No, I don't want to do that. All right, and then you can click start importing. But there's some other stuff that's going on because we selected to send an email, right, with credentials and other data. So you come over here and you will see mail options. And when you look at the mail options, so this is mail subject 2021 VSFS. Looks like somebody already updated this a bit. Welcome, new intern. And then it has this email that's in here. I didn't write this. Somebody did. Hopefully it's updated. If not, then get with the HR team. What's that?
I think Ali did. She just
Okay.
she sent a test email.
Yeah,
yeah. It wasn't sent to any particular address, but she did say.
Oh well, this says already it's got Canva. So this, I'm pretty sure it was a PDF last time. So yeah, it doesn't seem like we need to update that anymore. Okay, so hopefully the Canva has like a link to get to our Slack. I haven't seen it yet, so. But yeah, so this is the email that's going to get sent out. And yeah, it's got, these are dynamically generated apparently. So that's kind of why that's there. That's probably what, did you do it with Formidable? I'm not sure how you set it up, but anyway, so when you import these things, it's going to create accounts for them. It's going to send them their login, the login URL, their username, and whatever password was generated. And they may have to reset that password. I don't know for sure. I've never really done that because I was the admin when they created this website. And then it's got a link to the onboarding package, and you know, just kind of close it out. So that's what's going to be happening. It doesn't sound like you're going to need to actually edit this particular email, but this is what's going out. So anyway, is there anything else I need to talk about, Adam?
I don't think so. Right now, he just wanted to know how to send the emails, how to make the users. In particular, we just need to make sure that the messages themselves get sent out to the right addresses.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Also, make sure you're not duplicating efforts. So like if, and like, let's say we had, what was, it was Amrit was on the call earlier. He hopped in and then he hopped out because he was just on the phone. So he couldn't really see what I'm doing here. But if you have more than one person working on this particular task, you don't want one person importing like say a group of 5 people and then the other person importing that same exact group of people, right? You don't want to, you know, be conflicting with each other's efforts. So you need to coordinate before you start importing. Just figure out who's all doing it and make sure you're all on the same page, that you all have like working from the same Google spreadsheet or whatever, and make sure you're documenting them. Once you imported everybody, make sure you document them that as imported, so that you don't accidentally do it again, you know?
Right.
You should only be importing them once. Sorry, go ahead.
I did want to ask a question. Would it be okay if I send the recording of this video to Ali? Because I think she'll also need it.
Absolutely. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna
once you do.
Go ahead.
Right.
All right. So I'm gonna, as soon as we get off this call, I think we pretty much covered it. we're gonna have to bump up Rob to an admin, so that he can get into this. And basically anybody else that's going to be doing this, they're going to need admin rights. They all should watch this. They should all see my little instructions for not breaking the website at the beginning of this video. Don't update anything if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, make sure you're all working together.
Yeah. And since Ali's also working on this, she might need admin. I think she already does.
Yeah, she's already updated.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure. I know.
Yeah, I think we had to update her in order to get her able to go in and edit the tutor learning management system courses. So she should be good to go. Is there any other questions, Rob? I saw you started color coding the Google Sheet, so that's awesome. If you have no other questions, I will close this out and upload the video to our little chat, and or maybe to YouTube. Adam, you feel free to send it to any of the interns that need it. It's going to be unlisted on YouTube because I don't want to show everybody on YouTube our backend, but and just how horrible our updating of plugins is. But you know, I'll get that available for you as soon as I can.
Right, sounds like a plan.
All right. Well, since I don't see any other questions from Rob, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Thanks everybody for hopping in. Take it easy, Rob. Nice to meet you. Adam, Ethan, as always, a pleasure. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Yep. Oh,
I'm fine with the meeting ending, but I was wondering if I could ask some questions after this
Yeah. Yeah. 1
separately,
second. Stop the recording.
because I just have